Gerrard looked at me like some dirty look, like, stop giving the ball away, man. Like, stop giving the ball away. So I thought, do I really want to go away for 10 days? I didn't really want to be there, to be honest. The lads had McDonald's, mate. I'm talking like 10, 11 players in there, bro. Munching, mate. I'm talking the big boys as well.
The big names as well, yeah.
Big names in there, bro.
I'm Adi Oladipo, joined as always by Craig Mitch, alongside our special guest, very special guest, former England and Miller striker Gabby Agbonlahor. Coming up, Gabby's going to give us an insight into life as an England international. I'm sure there's one or two stories that Gabby's got to tell us. Remember, get involved at home. Use the comment section below. We're going to reply to some of the best comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff as well. All right, Gabby, let's get into this. Explain to us mere mortals what it's like and what the procedure's like getting an England call up. What happens? We almost assume that you get a phone call and that's it. There's a bit more to that, innit?
Yes, like you get the club find out first. In my occasion, the club were told, and then I got told by the club. Capello didn't phone me. I don't think he had my number, but so the club told me, and then when you find out, you're like, okay. Then you're waiting for the squad to come on Sky. Do you know what I mean? Just to confirm. Then he comes up, guy, and you're buzzing. Do you know what I mean? You're going to England like you dream as a kid, watching Euro '96 as a kid, and you're thinking, wow, I'm going to go with all these superstars. And back then, there were superstars, bro. I'm talking the Gerrard, Lampard, Rio, Rooney, JT, all these superstars back then. So you're a bit nervous. And then you obviously you play your game on the weekend for your club. All you're thinking is like, oh, please don't get injured. Because the one call-up I had during my career, I got injured on that weekend game before the call-up to the squad. I'd done my hamstring out for 3 months, so I had to pull out. But
wow.
Then the Monday morning, we used to go to the Grove Hotel, Watford. That's where we were based.
Yep.
And you just get there. It's like something out of 24. There's that many agents. with
I've been there. I've seen it.
You know what I mean? You're like, whoa, what's this? It's like you can't do anything. It's like straight to your room. But just excitement. You know, you're going to play for your country. You're going to train with these superstars. So unreal.
Gabby, let me ask you, because obviously when I was around the England team, it was one of the ones everyone made a big deal about because there were no cliques. You know, everyone was saying, this is the first time we haven't really seen rivalries within the camp. And it's always a topic that comes up. But for you, were there clear rivalries there in your not rivalries, but were there little cliques where people maybe didn't mix as much?
Yeah, it was hilarious. I remember my first day, I walked into the canteen and it was like massive table, probably like a 30-seater table at the Grove Hotel. But it was like they didn't have the names on the seats, but the more or less did, if that makes sense. It was like Man United players there, like say in the left-hand corner, it's like Manchester United players there, opposite Chelsea, then maybe the Liverpool, and then closer to the middle, right in the middle, you had David Beckham on his own with his diary. Yeah. Then you had like the sort of bottom 10 clubs to the right, like the Jagielkas, the Gabbys, the Downings, do you know what I mean? We knew our place. Don't you dare sit over there. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's you over there, mate. You can't sit with the big boys. That's what it was like, bro. It was like the top.
Do you know what?
Top four back then.
Joe, the camp I was in, it was like it wasn't by club if there was a clique. So there weren't really cliques, but if it was cliquey, it'd more be by region. So you might see the Yorkshire boys playing Uno together. So like the Pickford, the John Stones, Carl Walkers, they'd all be playing Uno or whatever. And then the people that are from like London and down south it would only be by region. It was never really teams. They all just got along.
Yeah.
Gabs, you know, like when you said there were superstars back then, obviously, look, you're playing against them week in, week out in the Premier League. But was it different to then meet them in the England camp? Did it feel like these guys were like 7 foot high, like 7 foot tall?
Yeah, bro, it was mad. It was like, what am I doing around these players? You know, like come on, because these were superstars, bro. We're talking Lampard banging in goals every game. You're talking Gerrard. These names, bro, that you've like, they're older than me as well. So you've been, as a kid, watching them. Do you know what I mean? Rio Ferdinand, John Terry.
But you were playing in the same league as them, though.
This is it.
You were playing with them. Bro. You were rubbing shoulders with them in the same Premier League.
Yeah, I know, bro. But you're not at a big club. Like Villa are a decent-sized club, but you're not at a big club like them, bro. They're winning titles, Premier Leagues. They're superstars. You know what I mean, bro? On the same table as David Beckham. You know, you like. looking at him like, I was looking at him like, staring at him like, you know what I mean, bro?
Who were the strikers, Gab, when you were called up? Who else was called up with you? So you said Rooney was there. Who else?
Rooney, like Heskey was obviously like always at England. Darren Bent was in and out. Defoe, Carlton Cole in and out. There were so many. Do you know what I mean?
Crouchy was Crouchy there?
Yeah, Crouchy. There were so many. Like, and just to be around that squad with how many class players they had, do you know what I mean? It was like an honour to even get close to it, to be honest.
Talk to me about going to the training ground for the first time. What was that like? You know, you just mentioned, or earlier when we were speaking, you talked about Grealish and him being able to do like silky touches. Was it a case of you just got the ball and got rid?
Bro, it was just like, don't try and make no mistakes, man. Like, you know what I mean? These guys are like, they're big timers, mate. You don't want to be, and in Capello, we've done a lot of like keep balls, so you'd have like 4v4s. It was funny, you know, because bro, I give the ball away, mate, and like you don't get it back, mate. You don't get it back, and Gerrard looked at me like some dirty look, like stop giving the ball away, man. Like stop giving the ball away. We've got to get it back. Do you know what I mean, bro? He said 4v4s where like when you give it away, it's hard to get it back, you know, because they're so good on the ball. Like, so I'll give it away now, bro. Then we got it back. Then I'll give it away again. I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, Gerrard.
Sorry, Gab, did you question your level then? Like, because I remember seeing something.
Did, you know, I probably did.
I remember Carragher talking about like playing against Henry. I remember Carragher said that was the first time ever as a professional footballer he thought he didn't belong. Like, this is too good for me. Did you ever question your level? Like, you're seeing Gerrard and the touches and Lampard and Scholes and you know how good they are.
You know, it was, bro. Like, my game was getting the ball, running with it, running in behind. You know what I mean? Running the channels, getting one-on-ones, trying to score goals and that. But when you're in that sort of training with these technicians, do you know what I mean? That isn't really what training was about then at England level. It was like little keep ball. Do you know what I mean? So they're just popping it and that. You know what I mean? Not losing the ball. And then I'm there and now I'm thinking like, don't give the ball away, man, because it's not you that's got to get it back. It's the whole team. So you don't want Beckham having to run around and get the ball back because you keep giving it away. He'll be fuming at you. Do you know what I mean? So I'm just like, all right, keep it simple. No Megs, no step overs. But that's it though, because there's no one like that's like a superstar now compared to the others. That makes sense. They're all on similar level, aren't they?
Yeah.
Sterling, Rashford, Kane. Do you know what I mean? All of them are same level, aren't they? But back then it was like Beckham was the top out of all of them. He was like a superstar. Do you know what I mean? So we just didn't want to give the ball away. Yeah, but I probably did question, like definitely, because these guys were, do you know what I mean? Every season,
doing it in and out.
League. Yeah.
What was Fabio Capello like? Everyone keeps talking about him as a taskmaster, someone that doesn't really talk to the players. What was he like?
I'll never ever say anything bad against him because he gave me my debut. Do you know what I mean? Like I owe him a lot. And but being used to Martin O'Neill and Stuart Pearce at 21, it was a bit of a like, whoa. You know, not used to this sort of manager. I'm used to managers being so laid back and do what you want sort of thing. And there was a funny story. So I got called up and you meet up on the night time. So in the morning, I'll come down for breakfast with my flip-flops on. Bro, he stopped me straight away in my tracks. He's gone, Agbonlahor, stop. I've gone, what have I done now? What have I done? All the lads are looking, laughing. He's gone, flip-flops, no, up, trainers. Bro, I was like, what? I was like, huh? Like, I felt like a little kid at school being told off. I've gone upstairs now, bro, took my flip-flops off. But as a player, you're used to wearing flip-flops to rest your feet because, you know what I mean, playing football, you got sore feet and stuff. Come back down there, my trainers, you've gone, good. All the lads are laughing because they probably experienced it themselves, maybe. Do you know what I mean? So, like, I was thinking, like, oh, this is what it's like. You've got FBI agents everywhere. You've got, like, the gaffer telling me to go and put my trainers on. I was like, oh. But then, like, the training was okay. Like, I enjoyed the training and stuff. He had these...
How competitive was it, Gabby? How competitive was it?
It was competitive, yeah. No one wanted to lose. Yeah, 100%. Like, in training, it was like, especially when you've done the games, people flying around. The winners, aren't they? Most of that squad were winners. They're used to winning things.
But do you feel like players were, you know, trying to prove themselves, even not the established ones, but, you know, maybe yourself or players that were coming into the squad? Do you feel like you had to kind of prove it extra, go that extra mile to show that you belong?
Yeah, 100%. Because even though you've been called up, you weren't guaranteed to make Do you know what I mean? To make your debut. So for me, definitely, fly around in training, do what you can, do what got you into the squad for your club, and try that bit harder. And a lot of the players did. The ones that weren't on the level of the superstars, the Beckham, Gerrards, Lampards. But it was just funny, Capello, because he was because I wasn't used to it. So it was such a rules. Do you know what I mean? It was like no butter. You probably heard this before. No butter, no ketchup. Food was dry, just plain pastas with tomato sauce.
Hey, wait, what's that story about you? I know you got a story about the food as well. I know there's a story about food.
Bro, honestly, bro, like I was like, because I was just used to like, your club and that. It's like whatever you want. You know what I mean? When you in hotels and that, it's like have what you want. You're eating what you want and stuff. And I was just like, I can't do 10 days of this, I can't do 10 days with like toast with no butter. You know what I mean? Chicken with no ketchup, or I couldn't do it. I was like, oh, and then I remember one of the lads saying like, come to room 2104. Got up there now, bro.
The stash.
The lads had McDonald's, mate. I'm talking like 10, 11 players in there, bro. Munching, mate. I'm talking the big boys as well.
The big names as well, yeah.
Big names in there, bro. I was like, yes, this is me. I was like, pass me some burgers. Apparently, like, they got security to like smuggle like McDonald's in. Honestly, bro, you should have seen the players, man. Having a field day, having a little chat, eating burgers and nuggets and chips.
Crazy.
Just happy, bro. Because back then, like, you're English, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? You don't want to be eating like plain pasta with dry chicken, bro, and like, you know what I mean? Caesar salads and that, bro. Do you know what I mean? We were probably all used to eating junk back then. It wasn't so much as it is now, where you've got a lot of what you eat and that. Back then, it was like, eat what you want, you burn it off in the morning. Do you know what I mean?
What was your first game like? You get a lot of these players on their debut playing, no disrespect to these clubs, but San Marino, right? Where you feel like you're going to pocket a couple. You played Germany,
bro,
in your first game. Germany. What was that like?
Honestly, man, it's the only game I've ever been nervous for in my whole career. The only game I've ever been nervous for. I was like, Germany away, bro. And we were rivals then still, bro. 2009, like, we didn't get on with Germany still. So it was like, we can't lose to Germany. Away, bro. Some dark stadium, bro. Do you know what I mean, bro? Warming up and that, I'm just like, bro, we can't lose this game. Like, people back home are watching. Like, we don't lose to Germany anymore.
What was the result? What was the result then?
It was 1-1 in the end.
Okay.
But before the game, I didn't think I was going to start, You know what I mean? Like your first call up and that, I thought, nah, I won't be starting, man. Like, I can't remember who there was on the that thought. I think it was either Carlton Cole or Darren Bent thought they were going to be starting. And even before the day before, they were all confident they were going to start. I remember exactly which one it was. It was one of them. And then Capello's read the team out in the meeting. All I heard was my name. I was like, huh? Like, like Germany away, bro. You got all these great players in the squad and that. And he chose me to play. I was like, okay. There's no hiding now. You're out there, mate, against the, you know what I mean? The arch rival.
Facts.
So like, just tried to do as best as I could in the game. Do you know what I mean? I was running the channels, causing havoc. And then, proper enjoyed the game. Had the chance to score, got blocked. But just that game was just like the only game I've been nervous for ever. Unreal though experience. Not like just say like you played against Germany. Do you know what I mean? Your debut game for England. The whole team. John Terry got my shirt signed by the whole team. It's in my dad's house. Do you know what I mean? Just amazing.
Did you check the reviews after as well? So obviously back then social media, wasn't what it is now. So the
papers weren't it next day? You checked the paper, didn't you? Like the Sun.
For your score and your mark.
Did you check it? Did you check it?
It was like 6.5 or something. I was like, I'll take a 6, man. I'll take it and keep it moving.
3 caps, Gabby, for England. You must have been called up to other squads as well, though. So those caps could have been bigger in numbers. Do you look back and think, okay, regardless, it was 3 caps, again, superstars around you at the time, or was it disappointment that it was only 3 caps?
You know what? I think I got called up to 18 squads.
Wow, see?
Called up to. But a lot of the time, I put my club first before country. So
I'd
have a little knock, and I'd be like, I'll get there, and I'd be like, I'm going home. Like, I'm going because I wanted to be fit for the next game for Villa because we were fighting for top 4. We were 4th until March, and then we messed up and finished 6th 3 seasons in a row. So I was like, I don't really want to risk this, man. Like, my calf's tight, hamstrings are tight. Do you know what I mean? So I'd like pull out of squads. And some of the squads I pulled out of, I knew I wasn't going to play. Do you know what I mean? You had like Heskey played every game, Rooney played every game, Defoe was on fire. Do you know what I mean? You had Crouchy was playing all the time. So I thought, do I really want to go away for 10 days with such a cliquey sort of like squad? Do you know what I mean? I didn't really want to be there as well.
It's understandable.
I didn't really want to be there, to be honest. It was like, yeah, I'm happy to be called up, but 10 days away when it's so cliquey, like, do I really want to be there? The squad now, do you know what I mean? I think I'd love to go with every squad, but back then it was like, you might be going to Bulgaria away or Slovenia away for qualifiers, and you're thinking like 10 days, you know your place where you got to sit on the table. Do you know what I mean? It was more like, nah, man, I'd rather like stay with Villa, do nothing for a week because I can rest my legs, you know what I mean? Like rest little injuries that I had, and then I'll play the next game for Villa.
Do you still have your England caps? Are they special place in the house, or you just
Yeah,
bottom of the laundry?
I still have them, yeah. I wear them sometimes for banter.
With
my bald head as well. Do you know what I mean?
Trust me, I understand. I know the feeling.
But you know what?
Honestly, go on.
Yeah, no regrets though. I think like when you're a kid, if you've got a chance of playing for England, do you know what I mean? Even one cap would have been enough for me. So,
of course,
no regrets. Like big achievement, definitely.